towel and you're going to place the towel behind the foot, not the toes, the base of the foot into the, or just under the ball of the foot, okay? So about here on the foot here, okay? So we're going to hold the towel here. Sitting up nice and straight so we're not slumped over the body. Okay, sit on the edge of the chair and just straighten that leg. Okay, try and straighten the leg, but keep the knee slightly soft. Okay, and from here I just want you to pull the toe or the foot in towards the knee. Okay, so you're feeling a bit of a stretch through the back of the calf. Okay, so just pulling that toe in. I'll turn around so you can see. So we're here. So just pulling that toe in towards. Now, as you're holding that towel, as you're holding it, I want you just to press. Don't move the towel. Don't let that towel move any further forward. Just press the toe in towards the towel. Good. Now pull that foot back in towards you just a little bit more. That just creates a little bit more movement through the ankle. And again, press that toe in towards the towel. Good. And release it. Pull the toe in towards the knee just a little bit more. And again, press the toe in towards that towel again. Good. Well done. And release it. Just release it off for a moment. Okay. What I'd like you to do now, whether you're on a chair or whether you're seated, okay, on the floor, again, placing the towel behind, just under the ball of the foot, or just towards the centre, placing that towel there, holding that leg out in front of you here if you can, okay, just holding that position here. I want you to pull the inside of the towel towards you, so you're inverting that foot. So you're twisting your foot round into the centre. So you're now going to feel a stretch down the back and down the side of the leg here. Good. Now push the foot back so that the foot is level, so the toes are level with each other. And again, pull the foot, so pull the inside, the arm that's on the inside of the leg, you're going to pull towards you. So you're going to invert that foot. Now some of you will have more flexibility through the ankle than others. Good. And then press the foot back so it's centred. And again, pull that foot in towards you again. So the sole of the foot is turning in towards the centre of the body, okay, centre line. And again, bring it back round. We're going to turn and take it to the other side. So we're going to pull the outside of the towel towards you. So you're turning that foot outwards, we're everting it. Good. And bring it back to centre. And again, let's evert. So pull that toe in towards you again. Soften the knee as you're holding that leg out. If you find it's too hard to hold the leg up, you can take the foot back down towards the floor and create that position if you prefer. Okay. So again, just hold it in a position you feel is comfortable for you. So pulling that towel outwards and then bring it back into centre so the foot's level, so the toes are in line with each other. And again, one more time, pull that toe out, or the outside of that towel towards you. Good. And rest it there. Take the leg down towards the floor again. Okay, what I'd like you to do now, I want you to bend the knee. So bend the knee slightly. So we're now going to bring in slightly, we're going to bring the stretch slightly into more the centre part of the calf, so the soleus muscle. And I just want you to pull the toe in towards you. So as you pull that toe in, try and dig the heel in towards the floor. So we're pressing that heel in, okay, legs bent, and we're pulling that toe in towards you. Good. So you're feeling that stretch through slightly more centre part of the calf, okay? Or sorry, it's the inside part of the calf. Good. Hold it there. Now press the toe down towards the floor. Keep the towel still. Good. Press the toe down towards the floor a little bit and then release it. And again, press the toe down towards the floor. Hold it there and release it. Good. Just pull that toe in a little bit more. And again, just press the toe down towards the floor. Keep breathing. And release. Good. And just release that towel. Good. So what we've done is we've stretched the outside the muscles that help to invert, and they're the stabilising muscles, the muscles that hold the leg in place. So if they didn't have those muscles there, the we'd be collapsing all over the place. It wouldn't be supporting the ankle. So we're stretching out the muscles within the outside of the ankle, the inside of the ankle, and obviously the back. Okay. What I'd like you to do now, you're going to place either the ball or the can under the foot, and I just want you to roll the foot along either the ball or the can. It's up to you. Obviously a spiky ball is going to give you a little bit more of a massage, and I want you to roll it all the way from the tip of the ankle, okay, all the way to the toe. Good. So go in between the toes, yeah, so in between the big toe and the ball of the foot. So press away, so press into the floor. As you saw, my carpet's really, really soft and slippery. Okay, so pressing in, good. Feel that little bit of a massage into the inside and the sole of the foot, into the arch of the foot, good. And just rolling it back and forwards, good. Well done. Now this is really nice if you have plantar fasciitis, which is basically swelling of the plantar muscle and tendon in the bottom of the foot. If you find that gets very painful first thing in the morning, the nice thing to do first thing in the morning is to do this with a frozen bottle, a Coke bottle or a water bottle or something. I shouldn't be drinking Coke these days, should we? I don't anymore. I used to drink it like by the gallon. But yeah, so if you've got yourself a frozen water bottle, and just place the foot, or place it underneath the foot and just massage it out here. Okay, so again, if you had the spiky ball, you'll be doing exactly the same. So just massaging through. Again, that just gives you a little bit more intensity through the base of the foot, through the ball of the sole of the foot, and through the arch part. Okay, all right. So yeah, that's another really lovely exercise to do. All right. Just extend the leg, and I just want you to clench the toes, so push the toes down. Now, I know I've got socks on, I really hate my feet. That's why I've still got my socks on, I really can't do feet, so I will show you. Anyway, so there's your foot. Okay, I want you to clench the feet, okay, clench the toes, so keep the foot lifted and just pull the toes down, clench the toes, good, and spread the toes out. And clench, so press the toes down, so really try to squeeze everything down. So if you're clenching your fist, it's the same, but keep the ankle flexed, okay, and release. And again, pull the toes in, good, and release. One more time, pull the toes in. Now as you pull the toes in, point the foot, good. Now bring the foot back whilst the toes are still clenched, and then release the toes. Clench, point, bring the foot back and release the toes. Good. And again, clench, point, bring the foot back and release it. Just give that leg a bit of a stretch. Good. Okay. All right, again, we're going to just do that calf stretch again. We're just going to stretch through the toe, but I want you to stretch through the toes a bit more now. So I want you to just pull the towel across the top of the toes, okay? So just be aware that obviously because it's nearer the top of the toes it may slip, so just be aware of that, okay? So again, if you're on the floor or on the chair, you have the option to hold the foot up, or you can take the foot down towards the floor, or if you're seated on the floor, obviously you're just leaning over, but make sure that knee stays fairly soft, okay? Knee stays soft. So we're going to straighten the leg out as much as you can. So come to the edge of the chair, straighten the leg out as much as you can, and without locking the knee joint out, and pull the toes in towards you. So that's really you're going to really feel that stretch increase now through the back of the calf. Good. Now try and clench your toes. Clench your toes for me. Good. And release it. Just be aware that that towel may slip, so just be aware of that movement. Good. And again, clench the toes for me. And release. And again, clench the toes. And release. Now soften that knee. Good. And again, just place the towel behind the toes, pull the toes in. So we're doing that soleus stretch. So because we're bending the knee, the soleus doesn't cross the back of the knee. The soleus actually goes into the top of the the lower leg, okay, just beyond or just before the knee joint itself. So that's why when you bend the knee, it doesn't matter if you're when you straighten the knee. So what I'm saying is the gastrocnemius, the bigger calf muscle, goes in and inserts into the back of the knee. So when you straighten the leg, okay, you're stretching out the gastrocnemius, okay. With the soleus, it doesn't cross the knee, so that's why when you bend the knee, it doesn't matter, because you're still going to stretch that muscle if you flex the foot, okay, if you got that. So again, bending that foot, bending the, pulling the hip, the ankle in, pulling the toes in, okay. So I'm just trying to get my towel in the right position. Pulling that toe in, good. Again, feel the stretch through the soleus. Now clench the toes, good, and release it. And again, clench the toes and release. One more time, clench the toes and release, good. Just give yourself another massage through the bottom of the foot, just relaxing that, relaxing the bottom of the foot out, good. Okay, now if you're not adverse to your feet, I hate them, ooh, I hate them. But what I'd like you to do is just place the foot onto the ankle if you can, and place your fingers between each of the toes. If you can. God, my feet are freezing. Freezing cold feet. If you can get your fingers between your toes. Good. And I just want you just to open out the toes. So pull the toes with the fingers, okay? Just press the fingers in towards the foot and pull the toes in towards you. So you're in that position here, okay? And just stretch the top of the foot out. So as you pull on those toes, feel the stretch across the front of the foot here. Good. And again, send it away. So press those toes in. So really opening up those toes, she says. Ugh, hate feet, hate feet. And again, pressing them in. Good. And again, pull them towards you. Okay. So what I'd like you to do now, whether you may have a block, you may not have a block, but or a book or something like that. But what I'd like you to do now, okay, and if you're on the floor, you may need to stand up for this one. What I'd like you to do is we're going to stretch the front of the shin. We forget this muscle quite a bit, the tibialis anterior, okay? The front muscle on the tibialis, basically, the tibia bone. Right, so what we're going to do, placing the foot, the top of the foot onto a book or the floor. So we're in this position. If I show you, I'll come sideways so you can see. Okay, so we're here. You're going to press the foot. So if you're standing, okay, you can still do this because you can stand up and you can do this stretch, okay? If not, sit down and you're going to just press the foot, the front of the foot onto the floor or onto a block. It depends on the height of the chair. And I just want you to press, I want you to try and pull the knee up towards you. So you're pressing the foot into the block or the floor and you're pulling that knee up. So you're feeling that stretch through the front of the shin. You should feel it through the shin. Good. Make sure everything's level so that heel's underneath the buttocks or thereabouts, and pull that knee up. Good. Hold it there. And release it. Just release the stretch. And again, just press that foot in, pull that knee up for me. And release it. And again, one more time. We're going to have to do this all on the other side. Good. And release it down. Good. Okay, just give that leg a bit of a shake. Get yourself back into position, so either on the floor or on a chair. And we're going to do the same on the other foot. Okay, so we started with the towel. If you want to just raise the foot, what I would suggest actually is just raise that foot up and down with the other, or point the toes and flex the feet, and just feel the difference. See if there's a bit of a difference in that movement, okay, between each of the other, because you've obviously worked one and not the other. Just see if there's a bit of a difference between the two. Hopefully there is a little bit of a difference, okay. You feel that one's a bit looser, it might have a bit more movement through it than the other leg, okay. All right. So again, starting with the towel, we're going to place the towel just under the ball of the foot, okay, so towards the centre part of the foot, so the centre bit here, okay, rather than towards the toes. And we're going to just pull that leg, so whether the heel's on the floor or the legs extended out in front of you, it's up to you how you prefer to do this. If you're on the floor, obviously legs extended. If you want to bend one knee, you can bend the other knee. You don't have to have both legs out extended in front of you. Just pull that foot in towards you. So we're here. Soften that knee slightly, so don't lock that knee out. Pull that toe. Good. hold it there. Good. Now with that foot, I now want you to pull the toe, the inside towel towards the chest as you pull that in, and turn the foot inwards. So you're now going to feel the stretch down the outside of the leg, okay? So turn that foot inwards. Hold it. Back into centre. And again, pull it in. Feel that stretch down the outside of the leg. Good. And back into centre. Bring the feet back centred. And again, pull that foot inwards. Good. And bring it back to centre. Let's go to the other side. So we're going to pull that toe out to the side. Good. So you're holding and you're pulling the outside part of the towel towards you. So we're turning the foot outwards, reverting it. Bring it back into centre. And again, so this movement isn't going to be quite as big as the invert, most likely. Good. And bring it back into centre. And again, turning that foot outwards. Good. And bring it back into centre. Okay, we're going to take that foot back down towards the floor, or you can keep it out in front of you. It's entirely up to you. Keeping keep the towel where it is. We're going to pull the toe in again. Feel that stretch. Soften the knee slightly. Now push the toe in towards the floor. Keeping the towel nice and still. So we're working against the effort into the towel. And then pull the foot back into centre. And again, press that toe down. And bring it back into centre. And again, press the toe down. Bring it back into centre. Now soften the knee. So bend the knee slightly. Pull that toe in towards you again. Good. And press the toe down. And back into centre. And again, press the toe down. Back into centre. One more time. Press the toe down. Back into centre. Good. I've forgotten what's next. I've forgotten what we're doing next. Release that for the moment. Okay. Grab your can or your ball. Place it underneath the foot. Good. And just roll the can. So place some pressure onto the toe. If you're standing, you may want to place some real pressure through the foot. It might find that the inside of that foot, the arch here, just the inside here might be quite sore, might be quite tender. Okay. We put so much pressure through our feet. We put so much force. Our feet take so much force. The muscles in our feet and our ankles and our lower legs take so much. They take all our body weight most of the time, okay, especially when we're walking, running and so forth. So our feet do get the brunt of most of our movement. Okay, so really feel that work. So again, if it feels a bit tender, just work on it. Work through the pain to a degree. Okay. So all the way from the edge to the bottom, to the edge of the, sorry, my towel's not the best, my floor's not the best. So just working all the way to the end of the foot, and then all the way to the toes. Good. All the way to the ends, and back into the toes. Good. Excellent. And just release it there. Again, using the ball if you want to. If we're using a ball again, a nice spiky ball will really increase the intensity of that stretch. So again, just sort of roll it around, roll it all the way around the centre part, so through the arches, around the balls of the feet, inside the inside of the toes as well. And again, round the heels, okay? We forget that we have the Achilles. The Achilles is the massive tendon that sits at the back of the leg, and that can get very, very tight, okay? So just by stretching some of the moves that we've done, even though we've been stretching out the calf, we've been stretching out that Achilles as well, okay? So we're going to clench the feet. So just pull the toes in towards, so again, like clenching a fist, just pull those toes in and release. And again, pull the toes down and release. So just keep that ankle flexed for now and pull the toes down and release. And again, pull the toes down and release them. Good. Now pull the toes down, point the toe, keep them clenched, pull the foot back up and release the feet. So again, clench the toes, point the toes, bring the foot back in so that the ankle's flexed, and then release the feet. One more time. Clench, point, bring it back in and release. Good. Well done. Okay. Again, just taking the sock off if you've not got your sock, if you've got your socks on. Place the hands between the toes. Okay. So you're placing the hands between the toes. Good. We're going to just open up those feet. So open up the toes for me, pull the toes in. Good. And again, just by pulling the toes in, you're going to feel that work through the Achilles as well. Now, just release it. Good. And again, pull those toes in towards you. Good. And release. And again, pull the toes in. And release. One more time. Pull the toes in. Oh, something's creaking and cracking in there. And release it. Well done. Okay. All right, so again, we're going to do the same again with the towel. So we're going to place the foot onto the edge of the feet. Okay, so just on the toes. All right. So lengthening that leg without straightening the leg completely. Pull the toes in towards you. Try and flex, or sort of almost pull the toes in. Now clench the toes against the towel. Good. And release it. Clench the toes. Good. So try and almost grab the towel with your feet. Good. And release it. And again, clench the toes. And release. Now bend the knee. Let's try that again. So pull those toes in towards you again. So you're working from, so you're actually pulling the toes in rather than pulling the whole foot in, which you will be doing anyway, but you're actually flexing the toes as well, okay? So pull those toes in and clench. Good, and release. Pull the toes in and clench. And release. Good, one more time. Pull the toes in and clench. Good, and release it there. Another exercise that you could do, okay, is to actually just try and pull the towel in. I can't do it on this carpet, but try and clench the towel with the toes and try and pull the toe or the towel in towards you using your feet, okay? I can't do it on this carpet because it's not working, because the carpet doesn't work, so you'll need a quite slippery floor. But if you place the towel on the floor and you're just clenching the feet, trying to pull that towel in towards you, okay? It's another really good foot strengthening and toe strengthening exercise, as well as flexing as well as strengthening. Okay, all right. So we're just going to go back to that calf stretch again. So placing that foot good out in front of you, pulling that toe in, feel the stretch through, good, point the toe. Good, and again, pull the leg in and point the toe. One more, pull that leg in, soften that knee and point the toe. So you're working against the resistance of the towel. Good, and relax it down. Okay, let's work the front of the foot again. I know we've gone over time, we'll get really late, sorry folks. You know me. Okay, so placing the foot again onto the floor, either standing or seated, okay? Press the front of the foot into the floor or into the block or cushion or something similar. So you're feeling the stretch down the front of the front of the shin. So pressing down. You might find that you don't have a lot of flexibility through your ankle. You might find the ankle starts to ache a bit, but just take the stretch off, okay, and release it, and then start again, okay, and just work into it nice and slowly. So just pressing down. Again, we're trying to mobilise through the ankle, but again stretching through that tibialis anterior. Good, and release it. And again, one more time. Press that foot into the block. Feel the stretch through the front of the shin. Good, and release it. Well done. Okay, again, just last time, let's just flex through the foot. Let's place the can or the ball underneath the foot. Just massage the bottom of that foot out again. Just feeling that work in the feet. Good. So hopefully, very simple exercises that you can do. You can do it at your desk while you're working. Okay, you can have a can of beans underneath your desk. Just roll your feet underneath the desk. Okay, and relax it there. So again, if it's a little bit sore or your feet are a little bit swollen, then use a cold drink or a frozen drink. Okay, bring the legs back into centre, or if you're sitting on the floor, lengthen the legs out in front of you. Just point the toes or lift the heels up off the floor, and just see if they're a little bit more equal now. Just figure out whether there's less of a difference between both of those feet now that you've worked both sides. Okay, so lifting up and down.